Lakeview 18, Bonanza-Lakeview. At the end of the first half, Lakeview 22,
Our 8 days since our last game, 8-9 days, and really with the Christmas break, you know, we get a lot of practices. So to come out and they grounded out, it was good. A lot of good things, a lot of bad things, as always.
It seemed like your team started with a lot of energy, which
well,
everyone else was kind of sluggish because of that Christmas break. You guys came out really fast.
Well, what happened is they dropped back there man to man, and we were able to just come out and do our fast break stuff, and it worked good. As soon as they dropped into a zone and started getting back into a zone, that's when our PSU, or what we use our initial break, stopped working, and that's why you've seen it get slower. Mm-hmm. And then so once we get in our zone offense, it's a lot slower than our man offense. So it's really hard to play this man defense, you know, boom, 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 and try to get these fast breaks like we got boom, 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 and then come down and play against a zone where it's a different speed. And so what happens is the kids get bored, pass it a couple times, and then just fire up a shot, and it's hard to get them out of that rut.
Right.
And so that's what I've seen. That's what happened second quarter.
It did.
Bored, 3 shots, fired up, 3 passes, fired up. You know, not good. Got to read what seams are open, and then start finding those. And then once they started doing that, we were okay. But
it also seemed like there was a point where there was a certain malaise, or just sort of going through motions at a certain point. To me, at least, it seemed like energy kind of picked up again when Alex Decker came on the court in the third quarter. Like that was when things really started to pick up again. I know he's kind of your six-man energy guy.
Yeah, he's kind of sixth, seventh man. I mean, it just depends on how the rotation works. Yeah, he comes in and he has a great attitude. He comes in, he pumps the kids up, and does some good things for us. And really, there's no letdown. That helps, trying to get through that rotation to get guys rest. And yeah, I mean, sometimes when you get a certain combination and stuff clicks. And, basketball's a game of runs. So maybe that was, something clicked there with that group that was in. And boom, we rattle off some points and get some good defensive stops. And, I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, who knows, if it was Decker or just the combination of people out there or just what was happening in the game or what they had out there compared to what we had out there. I mean, it could be a lot of things. But, yeah, no, Decker came in and he did good, for us.
It's been a long December, but this was actually your first official home game
Right.
for varsity. A lot of road trips to this point. How much of a difference was just the comfort of
man.
being able to play on the home court?
That's huge. One thing I got to say is the crowd that comes out for our games, we're really lucky. I mean, we had the stands packed tonight. It's our first home game. Stands packed. I mean, that's good to see, and it should get the kids pumped up. Have a good showing like that, and I think it helps. The community's here for us, and so that helps a lot. And then, of course, our first home game. We've had 10 games away, and it's nice to be home. The family can come out. Everybody that's not family doesn't travel can get out and see what's going on, and of course, playing on the gym you practice on. Well, I mean, it helps. It helps. It's a nice break, especially coming off that big span where, we didn't play a game for a long time. And to be able to play a home game, if we were away, it probably would have been, it might have been a different story. I mean, I don't know.
Well, and one thing that I know it's a different year, different team, but with a lot of the same returning players from last year, we saw a lot of games that played out similar to this, where down the stretch you let it get away from you.
Right.
Tonight, complete opposite of that. A lot of composure, a lot of clutch shooting down the stretch, a lot of solid defense. Is that just experience? Or what?
I think experience has to do with some of it. I think the other thing is that some players have stepped up last year that weren't in leading roles, and they've stepped up and started doing good. The other thing is just partly me. My second year now, I changed some stuff, and then I talked to you earlier about what I changed. A lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff that I changed was the mental factors that I didn't work on as much as I did last year. So this year I really worked on that hard. So I think that, heart and that, drive at the end of a game and just being smart, playing smart basketball, I think that comes from the talks we have up to now and getting that mental state right and just having that heart, where last year I didn't really go over it that much. I didn't realize it was as important as it is. And so now that I realize that, we really attacked it a lot this year early in practice and really made it our focus. And then our games followed behind that as opposed to making the game focus. And then the middle is trying to catch up all season.
Right.
So we changed it a little bit. And I think it's working out well. We've had a lot of games that were really tight, down to the wire, and we've pulled a few out. And then, we've lost a few tight ones too. So no, it's good to see. Compared to last year, yeah, I think, the heart, the attitude, the mental capacity, all that stuff's changed for the better. And so that's exciting to see because, that's what's going to win a lot of games for you. Especially down the stretch when it's tight like that. It's so important, yeah. So, no, it's good to see. I'm excited, and like you said, them kids that are returners, they're tired of what happened last year. And they're wanting to make a change, and really it comes down to them. So, they can take what I say and not do anything with it, or what me and the coaches say, and not do anything, or they can listen and take it in and go, okay, this is how it works for me, and this is how it works within our team, and make their own, do it their own way. And that's kind of what they're doing. They're starting to own it themselves and build them bonds with the team, and then use that stuff that I've said and incorporate however they, and then I got a special set of standards that they need to follow as well.